I swear to God, these Josh Block videos get darker and darker every time I make one, and today is no exception. Since the beginning of these streams, it's become apparent that Mr.Based, the old bald guy you just saw on screen, he's been kind of pimping out Josh, having him on stream and making tons of money off of him, doing basically whatever the hell Mr.Based kind of directs him to do. In the screenshot you see here in the video, that girl putting her hand on Josh recently apparently took his virginity, but actually it came out that they only went to third base, which now Mr.Based is promoting to say, hey guys, one of these nights we're gonna have Josh Block lose his virginity alive, because that's kind of all that's going on now, is seeing what types of positions they can put this dude in. This girl's been there a bunch of nights and pretends to be Josh's girlfriend, but just a few weeks ago, on this same night actually that I'm showing you the video from, another girl showed up on the stream, and she seemingly was there to give Josh a present, a Gucci bag, which was then found out to be fake. But what happened to her on that stream is just gross. She was basically there, and Mr.Based started convincing Josh that you should motorboat this girl. Like, you should go in there and just do it. And Josh, hearing that, was like, okay, stop resisting, to the girl, and kept, like, you know, putting his face in her chest. It was a very awkward, like, 5-10 minute clip that's been going all over the internet. I have it up on my Twitter, and I just don't want to show it here because it really is fucking disgusting. And Mr.Based implored that Josh do this. Even when Josh seemed a little bit hesitant, Mr.Based made him know, hey, she's comfortable with it, just go ahead and do it, even when the girl was clearly not comfortable with it. Again, I'm just not going to show you this because it was one of the most disgusting things ever done on a live stream, but Mr.Based and Josh did that just a few weeks back, which is something that can't go without mentioning, because it shows that they really don't give a shit about people's boundaries. I saw people online defending Based and Josh, saying that this girl was there to promote her OnlyFans, which she did, but that still doesn't mean you can just touch her willy-nilly and, like, no, that's not how this shit works. And then, of course, it had to get so much worse, because the clips you see on stream right now are right before Josh went at her again. The girl made a passing, joking comment about, oh, Josh, I have your passport. And Josh Block, being Josh Block, looked at her dead in the eyes and said, you do? Give me back my passport. Give me back my passport. And before you know it, he had this girl in a chokehold. And again, the girl is completely, like, kind of shaken up by this, doesn't know she's about to get, like, grabbed by Josh. And Mr.Based, in the scummiest way you could possibly imagine, looks at her and goes, downplay it. Downplay it for the stream. Downplay it. Right on camera. And so he ends the stream because people are all over the chat saying this is disgusting, this is the worst stream you've ever done, like, why are you just randomly putting your hands on this girl, you look terrible, Mr.Based, by encouraging this. So he ends the stream. But not for the entire night. He only ends the stream for about 15 to 20 minutes before he brings it back. And this time, though, there's a little bit of a tweak made to it. And you know what that tweak is, ladies and gentlemen? You are no longer able to rewind. You can no longer go back and see what happened 10 seconds ago. And that was the scum-filled cherry on top of the sundae. I mean, how can you even, like, how do you go about it that way? Like, oh shit, all this criticism, let me just make it so they can't see what's going on, you know? They can't go back and make sure that we were being assholes. So they bring the stream back, and now there's another girl on stream, the one we showed in the beginning, who apparently had taken Josh's virginity. But as the course of the stream was going on, the girl next to her, the girl in the middle, Mr.Based, everyone is telling Josh, you know, you're actually still a virgin, you know, going to third base, you know, oral, that's not losing your virginity. And he's like, yes, I did. Yes, I did, and no one's gonna convince me otherwise. Well, eventually they convince him otherwise, and then he is like, he's horny like a dog after that. He's like, can we go to the back room? I want to lose my virginity tonight. The girl tells him, you know, oh, one of these nights, Josh, you know, just let me get prepared and everything. And this Josh Block, what a way with words he has after she says that.
I'd sit there, but I want to shower and get all the
Stand up for a second.
It's okay.
But that's like important to me.
That's alright. You can do it. We can do this.
Thank you.
But you have to take me on a date, though.
I will.
And smile, you're on the camera.
After we fuck, I'm gonna take you to a bar and I'll buy you a drink.
What a way with words. I mean, it's like, oh, you should take me on a date first. Well, how about we go do it, and then I'll take you for for a drink afterwards. That's the Josh Block method, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it works with the ladies, I don't know. But it's definitely working with this one, but, you know, it's probably because Mr. Based is paying her to be there. But this is what was going on back here in the States before Josh went on another one of his vacations. And he's been all around the world. I bring it up in every video. Every time I make a new video on him, he's been to at least 3 or 4 new locations. And again, this is the man who cries about not being able to visit any countries, you know? Only visiting 13 countries at his age is pitiful in his eyes. So he's been traveling. He's been traveling to Florida, to Europe, to Canada, and all this has still been happening, you know? A lot of people blame Mr. Based for the crash outs, and while he's a scummy dude who's basically to blame for everything else wrong in Josh's life, Josh has these crash outs anytime anybody tells him to put the fries in the bag. Josh will just freak out at the slightest bit of pushback from anyone, any trolling people show him, and he'll chase him down the street, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of that here. But guess what's about to happen right now? Inception, a universe like colliding that you never thought you'd see before. So, do you know Daniel Larson? If you're aware of Daniel Larson, he's like Josh's counterpart, 1A, 1B. But Daniel's in jail right now. So Daniel is not making crazy TikToks or community posts like he always used to do. But Daniel had his own type of Mr. Based guy named Clark. Clark is somebody who was like Daniel's best friend. They'd talk on the phone all the time. He'd release the phone calls from jail for people. He, at the end of the day, was trolling Daniel, but he buddy trolled him so hard that it really looked like those two loved each other. And since Daniel's gone to jail, old Clark's been going through it, not having anybody there by his side. That was until Josh took a vacation last week to St. Louis, Missouri. Now, when I first heard this, the first thought that I had was, it's like he's going to visit Daniel Larson's buddy Clark. That's ridiculous if it happened. And then only a few short hours later, a video dropped with Josh walking around the park with a bunch of dudes, and they got inundated and intercepted by a group of people who wanted to tell Josh, I guess, to put the fries in the bag. But they also wanted to do one other thing, and that was punch his handler. And that they did when Clark got a swift punch to the face because he really was the one walking around with Josh Block. This blew my mind. I didn't think Clark would actually get involved with Josh, but he did, and all he got for it was a punch to the dome. While Clark was left sulking in that snow field that he was in, Josh ran back to his hotel where he was then safe. And really, other than that, I didn't see too much come out from St. Louis, but it did get crazy when he went to Florida and to Europe, so we should take a look at some of that.
Make $100K a year! What the fuck, boys? Boys, what is going on? Boys! Jesus Christ! Boys, what have we done?
Dude recording clearly knows who Josh is, but imagine you're someone just a passerby in the park and seeing this. Like, it's just, you'd think Josh is the perpetrator, which he is. He absolutely is. He's chasing this guy around, but he feels frightened, you know? He feels threatened that this guy would dare tell him something about fries and bags or whatever the sort. But, like, Josh is doing this everywhere. He's going after everybody who dares tells him to put the fries in the bag, and I just couldn't imagine being an outsider seeing this. Like, what would you make of this? You know, Josh just looks like a psychopath going after these people. But then you got like this guy here on screen who's completely goading it on. He wants Josh to tackle him like a football player. And it's seemingly become a game for people on the streets. It looks like it's a bunch of like teenagers or whoever that are just seeing Josh's videos, finding him on the streets when he's in their town, and running around him like this, telling him to put the fries in the bag. It's becoming like very, very abundant. Every time he goes anywhere now, this is happening. Even back in New York. Well, that's where it happens most prevalent. But like here's the thing. He keeps going on these vacations. I don't know why he's going alone. Well, because obviously Mr. Based isn't going to go with him, and even if he did, it's not like he'd be any help. But this is going to happen to Josh constantly because he travels alone, and every now and again he'll have one of these handlers. You see him in this video here. At the very end of it, you'll see a dude walking around with a Lego bag. I'm 99% sure that's the guy who's like driving Josh around and trying to keep him safe. And every time he goes somewhere, he seems to have a person like this. But they're not going to be able to stop this nonsense. I don't know what the right answer is here, but anytime Josh goes out in the street anywhere, people are going to start doing this now because these videos are everywhere. There's the handler guy I was talking about. I'm assuming he's the one just trying to keep Josh in check, and these are just random people from the internet, so how can you even trust them? And this was Josh Block's celebratory TikTok after he found out he was not a virgin anymore. This was before everything I just showed you in this video, so he's still a virgin, but they let him make this TikTok, and I can guarantee you this. It's because the woman and Mr.Based wanted to be seen by the millions of people Josh follows on TikTok. They're never on there in any other circumstance, but because this one was so important to Josh, they saw it as holy shit. Let's just keep telling him it so our faces can be on there too. They're both clout chasers. It was obvious. This is all they've wanted. Anytime they can get even slightly close to Josh's TikTok, they want that shit.
Josh on 3! 1, 2, 3, Josh! Who said that?
Nobody said anything.
Said what?
Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. You're all good. You're all good. I promise.
They kicked him out, Josh. Don't worry.
Be good.
When Josh was down in Florida, this other random dude, guy who has a MAGA hat on, was the one who picked up Josh and is kind of trying to, I guess, give him a good time, really, like, show him the ropes, be his protector, but at the same time, you're just using him for content here. Josh heard someone in the crowd, while they were doing a big hip hip hooray Josh chant, say, "Put the fries in the bag," and although it's not really audible on camera, you can't hear it, Josh did, and he made sure to call that guy right out. And, I mean, again, it just shows that just those few simple words can kind of fuck up his whole psyche. No matter where he's at, if those words are uttered, he's gonna lose it. And it's, I don't know, he said something on Mr.Based stream the other night about, oh, you always tell me to play it up, but really, like, he's not playing it up when he's not with Mr.Based. I do feel like for a while there, Mr.Based tried to instill that in him, but now he's starting to realize that Josh doesn't need to be told these things. He's gonna act like this whether you like it or not. He's an autistic man, and you're trying to manipulate him and mold him into some entertainment product, like that you want him to react in a certain way, Mr.Based. And now, after all this time, it's really starting to weigh on him. Mr.Based is clearly getting frustrated with Josh's freakouts of late, and it shows on camera. And it's for a multitude of reasons. He's not just mad about Josh. He's mad because they got a new deal, a $250,000 streaming deal on an app called Party. And you might think, how is Mr.Based angry about that? Like, that's all he's ever wanted. Well, you know why he's angry about that? Because now people don't have incentive to send him in donos. More money. Basically, since he's getting paid a flat rate, he has to stream every night, whether he likes it or not. And if people don't want to donate and he just has to sit there, then that's that. This is a guy who will look dead into the camera at the end of every one of his streams and tell people, well, you didn't donate enough, so we couldn't give you content. Next time, donate more and we'll try to give you content, but you gotta donate first before we do things. And it's the scummiest shit you'll ever see. And in the next few clips I'm about to show you, just look how angry he's getting over the lack of support, you know? He may be getting paid like a pretty disgusting amount of money to stream in general, but it's not enough for Jason. He wants more. And what we don't see a lot of is a happy Josh Block. We either see one who's on his phone all stream or freaking out. So on the other night's stream, when Josh was all happy, wanting to talk about how he figured out a way to get back at his ops, which is fart spray, by the way, which probably would work, to be fair. He's so excited to talk to Mr.Based about this, and Based is just, he's not into it. He is not into it at all, and you want to take a wild guess why that is?
They'll regret it. And like fart spray, it's I wouldn't be breaking any law, you know what I'm saying?
I feel disrespected by our chat.
Excuse me?
They're not doing TTS.
But like fart spraying people, I wouldn't be breaking any law, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that goes without saying. Yeah.
But like they wouldn't be able to get the smell out of their clothes. Wouldn't that be a good wouldn't that be like a good payback? Like fart spray?
Yeah. Listen, I'm mad at them because they're not doing TTS in media or songs, but I want to stream, but I'm mad at them. How do we fix it?
I don't know.
Yell at them. Tell them to do the TTS.
Do the TTS!
Call them motherfucker. Get them mad at them. Like,
motherfuckers donate.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that attitude just sucks, bro. Why would anyone want to watch a stream with you just sitting there sulking like that? I couldn't imagine anybody just going live and going, all right, guys, give me a few $100s and we'll start the show. Come on, guys, you got to pay up. That's just, it's scummy, and it's what Jason's saying there, that he wants to stream, you know, but since they're not supporting it, I don't know if I can. Again, he does this at the end of every stream. He goes, guys, we might turn it off, but if you keep donating, maybe we'll keep going, you know? And the most egregious thing they'll do is him to go, yeah, guys, we'll go out in about an hour or so. If you donate $300, we'll go to the bar. We'll have a late night stream tonight. Someone does it. Some idiot, by the way. Like, you don't need to donate to these guys, like, because Josh isn't seeing any of it. If you think Josh is, you're completely mistaken. It's all Mr.Based. But he'll tell them, yeah, you donate a big sum of money, we'll go out and have a great stream. And within 10 minutes, he'll just turn the stream off. No big deal, because now you just got scammed. And yes, it is that person's fault for paying that, absolutely. But it's a disgusting tactic for Jason to pull for the people who are actually watching his stream because, you know, they want to see what happens next. He does this all the time. With money, he's the scummiest person on the internet, almost bar none. He's kind of like the Hulk to a girl in that way, just not on the same, like, the grand level. But again, it's not just Mr.Based being weird about money or Josh being all happy. The crash outs are happening back at home, and just the other night they were happening in a pretty violent manner. Josh was really pissed off about things and trying to break stuff, and it even led to Mr.Based finally cracking and screaming at him, which is something I've been wondering when this was going to happen for months. These two should be nowhere near each other, but they are. Then it's gonna get so much worse as time goes on.
You unemployed brat! I make $4 grand! 400 grand a year! I make 400 grand a year! It's fucking tik-tok! It's all your fault! No, we're good. No physical! No!
Frankie,
I need a strike! No! Stop! Please stop! Stop! Frankie, no! Stop! Sit down! No! Sit down! No! Please stop breaking things! Let go of my pants!
Hey, Frankie,
Fuck.
stop. Sorry about Frankie.
I don't get paid enough!
No, stop. 400,000, stop. So stop!
Hey!
No, please, Josh, please stop. Oh, please don't do that. Don't do that, Josh. Don't do that. Oh, please stop. Please, Josh. Oh, no. Josh, you're so happy. Josh, you're killing me. Stop it. Everything's good. What happened?
He said put the fries in a fucking egg!
Josh, they're going to put you in an institution. Cut it out. Stop it.
Yeah, no, this is getting to a completely other level. Like, he's always bitten himself and stuff, but this is like Daniel Larson levels of insane. He's punching himself in the face now. He's uncontrollably screaming. Like, really, this is what happened to Daniel, and he did get institutionalized. Somebody's got to get this guy some type of help, because I'd really like to see Josh Block get the help that Daniel Larson probably could have gotten before he fully lost his mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The punches in the face really brought me back to, like, oh shit, Daniel's, like, really hurting himself there. Like, these guys will do this once they get to this certain state. And for Josh, it's simply just hearing the words, put the fries in the bag, which is, it's scary, man. Like, in his head, that does something so serious to him that he feels the need to want to punch his teeth out. Some of those punches, too, sounded really hard, man. So, like, can somebody get this dude away from Mr.Based and somewhere where he can, like, you know, not be doing this? Because this isn't really even entertaining. This is just scary shit. Because he's already shown he'll go out on the streets and has no problems putting hands on people. Now he's showing he wants to actively hurt himself. Really, it just reminds me of the exact same path Daniel Larson went down. And I would not be shocked if he starts making threats like Daniel to higher government officials sooner rather than later when he realizes that, you know, he's not getting exactly what he wants. Josh is there complaining about getting $400,000 a year now. He doesn't get paid enough to do it. He only makes $400K. Like I said, he's losing track of reality as Josh, if he even really got it in the first place, and being with Mr.Based is no help. That's the premise of all this. He shouldn't be here on stream. He shouldn't be with Mr.Based, and I hope this is the last Josh Block video I'm making because he'll get better somehow, but I don't feel like that's about to happen. I'm ready to see the comments of, oh god, if you feel that way, why are you covering him? Because if I didn't, you wouldn't even know this was happening. And don't worry, that doesn't go for you who's already made it to this point in the video. That goes for the people who've only commented on this channel once and say that myself and all of you who watch are just sickos for letting this happen to Josh. Letting this happen to Josh, like, if I could snap my fingers right now and send Mr.Based away, I would, but like, I don't know what people want, like, others to do. Based is doing this every night. Josh thinks Based is his buddy. There's no getting around it. He has Josh manipulated. And leaving and not streaming with Jason anymore wouldn't even do the trick. He needs a lot more like mental health help than that. But it would be a great first step to not see this old bastard be able to just kind of dangle Josh on a string like his puppet. But there's one more video I need to show you because, as I said earlier, it's looking like Mr.Based is starting to have enough with Josh. And that's because when Josh was going on one of his freakouts the other night, Based finally seemingly snapped. And when I say snapped, I mean he just speaks to Josh much more like seriously than he ever has before. At the end of the day, I don't think he gives a single shit. He just thought it would be a good clip for someone would go, oh, look at Jason yell at Josh. He doesn't care, but really he's trying to show like some fatherly instinct and trying to set Josh straight, but it's just cringe because he's admonishing Josh for things that he's watched Josh do a million times and never had a problem with before.
This fucking TikTok! It's all your fault!
No, Josh.
This is my last day on TikTok forever! I'm gonna smash it!
Please don't.
Yes, I'm gonna smash my phone.
Hey, what's this? What's this? Let go of that. Stop it! Alright? Behave! You're being a fucking child.
I'm
Stop
gonna
it!
destroy my phone.
Shut the up! You're overacting. Stop it!
I don't want to do TikTok
All right.
and Instagram.
I'm turning your stream off if
No.
you don't stop. Then shut up. Don't talk. Don't talk, motherfucker. You're crazy.
I'm quitting and working at Burger King.
Just shut up. Your words are terrible right now. Stop it. Oh, God. Thank God you... Stop it! It's not allowed!
What's not allowed?
You can't hate yourself!
Yes, I can.
No, you can't! Just stop. I'm so embarrassed by your behavior right now. Cut it out.
I only make 400 grand a year. It's so sad.
Oh, it's so sad.
I've only seen 13 countries.
I think the lack of donations and being annoyed with Josh is finally getting to Mr.Based, and one of these days maybe he just tells Josh to hit the road. I know that'll never happen, but again, wishful thinking here. But that's where the story's at right now. Mr.Based and Josh are still streaming, and will even be streaming tonight again with Jack Dougherty, which I can tell you right now will probably be the biggest non-tent fest of all time, only featuring Jack Dougherty's bodyguard defending him from people calling him out. Sad shit, right? But this is where the story ends today, right? But it gets a little more crazy in a week or so, because Josh put something up on TikTok the other night, informing people that his next vacation has been booked, and on February 10th of this year, in only like 11 days, Josh will be traveling to Tokyo, Japan, his all-time dream destination, and this has caused nothing but people going, oh fuck. Like, he probably shouldn't go there knowing the person he is, the public nuisance he is, how drunk he'll be when there. Yeah, it's just not gonna be a good time for Josh, nor the Japanese people. I made a tweet about it the other day, and as I told y'all earlier, at SmokeyMcC on Twitter, gotta follow me over there, that they in Japan, all the good Japanese people, were very fed up when Johnny Somali came to their country. And now Josh is going, who's a lot louder than Johnny. He's not as hateful, but he's a lot louder. And it's just going to be interesting to see how this trip goes for Josh. I brought it up earlier that, he usually has some type of handler or someone who's taking him around Japan. And I can only imagine there will be someone like that here. But if not, and he's just left up to his own devices, I mean, holy shit. I'll tell you this much, he's not going to get inundated with people like he did in, like, England or not England, in Canada. And really everywhere he goes, he gets just chased down by these kids. And I don't think it'll happen in Japan, but who knows? Maybe there is a high contingent of Japanese kids just waiting to go tell Josh to put the fries in the bag. But we will see on February 10th, and honestly, like I said, I've seen so many people saying, Josh, don't go, this is a terrible idea, you can't go, and really, how is that gonna work, right? He travels every week. He goes to a different place in the world almost bi-weekly at this point even, and no one's gonna stop him. It seems actually kind of messed up to be like, does someone make sure he doesn't travel anymore? But he's gonna do it. He's gonna do what he wants to do, and whatever happens next is just something we're gonna have to all watch from the screens of our phone. Mr.Based probably should have sat him down and explained to him that he can't get belligerently drunk there, but I don't think Jason cares either, because at the end of the day, Josh has to come home at some point, and Jason will then have the tell-all story when he does. But that's about it, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though at some points I can tell it was pretty tough to, especially in the beginning when describing what they did to that girl. But that's what's been going on with Josh and Mr.Based, and it's a story that many, including myself, had thought would end much before this, but it's still going on, and we're actually getting close to like a year of these two streaming now, which seems That doesn't seem right, right? Like this does not seem like it's something that's been happening since the last like month or two, but no, they've been buddies for quite a long time now. So again, if anything happens, I will have you covered, and if anything happens with any of the other crazies we cover here on YouTube, I will also have you covered. If you want to follow me over on Twitter, go and do that, and you can stay up to date all week long, and always make sure to stop by Too High for Stupid every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time over on Kiwi Tape's channel. And until I see you on the next one, take care everybody and have a safe rest of your day.